Preparation and planning were essential before any operation. The team tracked recent herd movements to estimate numbers and to design a tactical plan. Although the official season had not yet begun, preparation and caution were treated as priorities. An unexpected encounter changed the operation's tone. A large wild boar charged and injured a team leader. Immediate medical attention and evacuation for the injured member became a priority, while the remaining crew continued the mission with an adjusted objective: secure the area and reduce the risk of further attacks. Modern tools were incorporated into the operation tracking devices, GPS, and coordinated communications to support traditional skills and improve safety. The search followed the route where the attack had occurred. Careful, quiet movement reduced the chance of startling other animals. The hounds and tracking signals helped locate the animals' positions. When an animal was sighted at close range, the marksman took a measured shot, aimed at stopping the immediate threat and preventing further harm. Rapid follow-up and coordinated movement enabled the team to pursue the herd as needed, and multiple animals were neutralized in a controlled manner to restore safety to the area. Teamwork was central to success. Hunters positioned themselves to anticipate escape routes, while tracking dogs indicated likely directions. Observation, patience, and disciplined firing discipline reduced the risk to personnel and animals outside the intended targets. In several instances, an animal that tried to flee into dense cover was intercepted by another shooter positioned along the predicted route, minimizing the chance of escape. Tactical lessons from the operation included the importance of maintaining situational awareness at all times and relying on both canine partners and technology when visibility was limited. When a target was located by dogs in heavy brush, the team moved to establish safe firing angles and to avoid endangering the animals or colleagues. Head or vital area shots were avoided as a rule of thumb, except when required to prevent further immediate danger. The emphasis remained on humane, rapid resolution of each encounter. Encounters in this environment could be close and dangerous. At one point, a boar charged nearly point blank, and the intersecting team members' readiness and steady reactions were decisive in preventing further injury. After each engagement, the area was checked for any remaining animals or hazards before movement resumed. Wild boars present particular challenges. Mature males can be very large and powerful, with dense musculature and strong defensive capabilities, and they may charge when cornered. In response, hunters organized positions at varying elevations to create overlapping fields of observation and to control likely escape routes. Strategic placement on ridgelines, beside trails, and near hedgerows helped intercept animals driven by hounds or frightened into movement. Overall, the operation combined traditional fieldcraft, tracking, use of dogs, camouflage, and concealment, with modern equipment, GPS, radios, and coordinated command. The stated mission was to reduce threats to local communities and farmland, and to do so in a way that prioritized safety and legal compliance. Careful planning, disciplined shooting, and teamwork were repeatedly shown to be the most effective measures for managing a hazardous and rapidly moving situation in dense woodland terrain. Concealed positions were established across the woodland, so that hunters could wait for targets to enter their effective range. When a boar moved into view, a careful shot was taken. Within 10 minutes, several animals had been brought down, marking a significant tactical success for that phase of the operation. Staying on station, a nearby shooter shifted aim to cover a different approach as additional boars continued to appear. The animals arrived in waves, turning the forest into a noisy, chaotic environment. Bringing them down required sustained, disciplined fire. After nearly a minute of continuous shooting, a number of animals were stopped, while others used the cover and vanished into the deeper woods. The pursuit continued along a fresh trail. One animal was observed weaving through the trees in an attempt to remain unseen, but high magnification optics enabled detection and a timely, accurate shot. That engagement neutralized an imminent threat before it could cause further damage. As daylight faded, hounds sounded an alarm. The hunting party advanced toward the noise and prepared for contact. A precise shot ended that particular chase and closed the intense pursuit with a swift, controlled conclusion. The location proved to be a recurring hotspot for wild boars, so additional animals were taken in the ensuing minutes, and the field party collected the results of the day's effort. Clearing a densely populated area of boars remains a major challenge and typically requires repeated operations. While the town slept, hunters moved into the western forest with the specific objective of reducing the local population that had been damaging farmland. The mission combined tracking, canine assistance, and coordinated firing to respond to the animals' impact on crops. At first light, the hills became the initial area of operation. An early encounter saw one animal struck in the shoulder, attempt to flee up the slope, and then be halted by a second accurate shot. Further movement along narrow trails produced additional sightings. Follow-up fire stopped threats quickly and helped protect adjacent fields. The team employed patient positioning rather than rushed shots, allowing animals to move into pre-established fields of fire. This approach increased the chance of a single, effective shot ending the confrontation cleanly. Wounded individuals were sometimes given a warning shot to encourage movement into safer, contained areas, where a final controlled shot completed the engagement. After a midday break, the operation shifted to open plains where the animals were typically more elusive and required coordinated effort from several hunters. Observers in elevated posts scanned the terrain to provide advance warning. When an intruder appeared, a decisive shot from a prepared position frequently sufficed to remove the immediate danger, demonstrating the value of prepared observation points and disciplined marksmanship. When hounds signaled contact near dense cover, the hunters moved deliberately to avoid startling animals into unpredictable flight paths. In all phases of the operation, the emphasis remained on minimizing risk to people and non-target animals, using teamwork, trained dogs, and careful observation to reduce the destructive impact of wild boars on agricultural land. Wild boars are often driven from dense thickets by trained dogs, creating opportunities for hunters to intervene. In such moments, a single precise shot can end the chase, highlighting the coordination between human and animal. While the boars instinctively seek hiding places, hunters already anticipate where they are most likely to settle. The harsh sun adds to the intensity of these pursuits. Boars, using every ounce of energy, attempt to flee while the sound of barking dogs grows louder, signaling the chase is reaching its peak. Once within range, a carefully aimed shot can bring the pursuit to an end. However, the lush green fields often bear scars of destruction, evidence of how wild boars can devastate agricultural land. With their rapid reproduction, wild boar populations can grow quickly, swarming into cultivated areas and causing significant crop damage. When reports of such incidents are received, hunting teams are often dispatched to prevent further destruction and to help protect farmlands. The central question remains: can these measures restore balance to the affected landscapes? In certain grassland regions, wild boar activity has become particularly intense, with herds causing widespread damage. Organized teams respond promptly, initiating coordinated efforts to contain them. When groups of wild boars charge across open fields toward the safety of dense forests, hunters act quickly. In some cases, a single well-placed shot may bring down an animal, while the rest scatter into hiding. Tracking continues, with hunters monitoring thickets closely for movement. At times, the barking of dogs pinpoints the location of the animals. When a boar breaks from cover, the response is immediate, and precise shooting ensures the animal does not escape further into the terrain. Elsewhere, hunts are also conducted at night, particularly in agricultural regions where wild boars are known to cause extensive damage. Surveillance with binoculars often reveals herds moving across fields, disturbing crops. Once confirmed, hunters may surround the area and act decisively. Gunfire in rapid succession can neutralize several animals at once, though some inevitably retreat into the cover of forests and thickets. These measures, though effective in reducing numbers, also underscore the persistent challenge posed by wild boars to farming communities worldwide.